good evening. Good evening, good evening. This is Crypto Celine's Lockdown Sunday with London Crypto Network. And this is the Newsflash. So if you're lucky enough to be watching the recording right now, then please do try your best to make it every Sunday, 7 o'clock on this channel. So 7 o'clock every Sunday I'm here for my friends, my Bitcoin crypto friends and family. Run a lot more smoothly. So let me just go in. Right. Can you guys hear me? I hope you're hearing me. Can you hear me? I think you can. Yeah, I can see my microphone moving, so you must be able to hear me. So that's great. All right, so let's get started, okay? Because it's been a very eventful week, and we're back at it seems like deja vu all over again, like we were in 2018 or 2017. You know, here we are, 2021, and they're still trying to put people off Bitcoin. We had Christine Lagarde come out this week and say, oh, Bitcoin is used for funny business. And let's hear it from the horse's mouth, in fact. Let's listen to this.
Any account. When you look at the most recent development upward and now the most recent downward trend, it's for those who had assumed that it might turn into currency. Sorry, but this is an asset and highly speculative.
She had a lot to say, didn't she, Christine Lagarde, about funny business and fraud. And so let's look at that in a bit more detail. This is what I like to call the bankers' bite back, because they're all threatened by the existence of cryptocurrency. And so we've been here before. The bankers are calling for Bitcoin to be banned. You had Augustin Carstens, who is still the general manager of the Bank of International Settlement, had said that Bitcoin is a combination of a bubble, a Ponzi scheme, and an environmental disaster, you know, and here he is, Augustin Carstens, our palatable general manager of the Bank of International Settlement, who are determined to bring Bitcoin down. They will, you know, give up eventually, because that's in fact what is happening right now, as we're going to see in our main presentation, that Bitcoin is actually indestructible unless you take down the whole internet and electricity supply. And so the World Bank, former World Bank Group President Jim Yong Kim said that he has been told that, you know, the vast majority of cryptocurrencies are basically a Ponzi scheme. And so we're going to look at that. And there he is pondering over whether it's a Ponzi scheme or Ponzi scheme even, or whether it's actually a form of exchange, okay? And so here we have our dear friend Christine Lagarde back in, this was in 2018, talking about fighting fire with fire for a Bitcoin crackdown. And then she says that she sees it meets merit. This was in March 2018. She sees merit in blockchain analysis to legitimize cryptocurrency. So even as far back as 2018, they were talking about legalizing or regulating, attempting to regulate the Bitcoin and the blockchain industry. She also said that cryptocurrency could be the future. Really? Like, really? And now she's enacting Project Fear again by saying that Bitcoin is involved in funny business. Well, cash is involved in funny business. Shall we, destroy cash? I think we've seen the modus operandi. We know that this is the route that people are, or the bankers are choosing to follow. And as you can see, what the effect on the agencies like the IMF is on all of these, emerging nations, that they are being devalued year after year. Their currencies are being devalued. The IMF tells African countries in particular to devalue their currencies, and they do that time and time again. And it's at the detriment of the people, because then their products and what they produce is no longer worth as much as it used to for the rest of the world. And so this is why cryptocurrency is the great liberator. It's the great people's currency. So here are the facts. We've had a Singapore airline launch a blockchain technology for its loyalty program. You've had Australia's big four banks have no intention of barring people from buying cryptocurrency, which is why Australia is a crypto-friendly nation. The banks are starting to use crypto for cross-border payments. One in particular is called Ripple. Ripple, the cryptocurrency is XRP. But they already use Ripple for cross-border payments. And of course, there are ATMs. If you go to Oxford Circus, you'll find a Bitcoin ATM there. All you need to do is type in your browser, in your Google, Bitcoin ATM, and it will locate the nearest ATM for you to use. And it withdraw your Bitcoin in cash in fiat currency directly from the blockchain. Because your e-wallet is on the blockchain, and that's where you see your holdings, your asset holdings. Now, you'll hear a term about Bitcoin miners as well, and they are have been for a long time, turning to renewable energy as a source. We've had the institutions pile into cryptocurrency, and this is one of them. Circle, they rolled out a crypto investment app in 46 US states, and that's still going. And so UK also, CoinFlorex launched Bitcoin futures contract, and also crypto exchange, a UK crypto exchange was launched for Bitcoin futures contracts. And so Bitcoin, wow, this was back in 2018, and they were predicting 30,000 by December 2018. It took 3 years to get there, but we got there in the end. We smashed through 30,000. And so that is why now the banks are racing to adopt, to get their own digital currency out, which is why more and more people are now racing to get more adoption of Bitcoin, because more adoption of Bitcoin gives more power to the people. What we don't want to see is the same elite organizations and individuals control our digital currency. The whole essence of digital currency, of cryptocurrency, is that it is decentralized. It's the people's currency. It doesn't belong to the government or the rich, or it's the people's currency. Okay, and so that's why there's a race now for adoption before central banks launch their own digital currencies. And so I think I've got another video here. Yes, no, that's what we saw. We saw the $40,000 of Bitcoin. We saw it hit 40, it exceeded 42. I think it was hit the high, all-time high was about 43,000 before it dropped back down, and is currently sitting around the $33,000 mark. And so this is what it looks like. I like to show people the charts, and this is what we saw last time. But there's been a bit more movement at the top. It hit the 40, just peaked over the 40,000, and we actually saw a very brief retrace of the price down to $25,000, which you see there. And this is the Fibonacci retracement level, the 100% level. So it's gone beyond that, okay? And it's bounced off that line, and it's not crashed through to 20,000. So we're waiting actually for that to happen. We do expect it to hit 20,000 again. It could even go back down to $16,000 or $15,000. And that's quite normal in the cryptocurrency space. And Bitcoin is not a get rich quick coin or anything like that. It's a store of value. And so when you join the main webinar, if you're watching the recording, join the webinar 7 o'clock every Sunday, Lockdown Sunday with London Crypto Network. So now things are getting really interesting. You know, some people, especially on the eToro platform, said that, you know, due to unprecedented demand and limited liquidity, they had to, you know, they actually had to restrict crypto trading. The exchanges were running out of cryptocurrency because of the demand. What is that going to do about with the price? You know, so that's very interesting. And we've got a Bitcoin ETP, which stands for Exchange Traded Product, which is a financial derivatives tool, like exchange traded funds, ETFs. But the Bitcoin ETP trading is at levels seen by top European exchange ETFs. Now, ETFs, exchange traded funds, they're a very popular trading tool that the institutional traders use, and they use it very often and very well. And so to have the Bitcoin ETP exceed or reach levels that mirror the exchange traded funds activity, that is quite significant. Okay, so it's only one major ETF was traded at a volume slightly higher than the Bitcoin ETP. In the first the way this thing is going, it's JP Morgan has provided $100 million financing facility for blockchain mortgage platform Figure. Okay, so Figure are going to be offering mortgage products to people on a blockchain basis, you know, in the blockchain space. Another huge development. And Winklevoss twins, these guys, they're millionaires, Bitcoin millionaires, and they have just gone into offering a credit card. You know, most of us have, if we're already in the crypto space, most of us have the debit cards, but they're prepaid. You have to top them up. Well, Winklevoss twins, who founded Gemini, they are going to offer credit cards to crypto rewards attached to it, which is going to be well received because we have different you know, there's different places you can get crypto cards with rewards, but it's few and far. But our favorite one that we're going to cover in the main webinar adds Bitcoin bounty and new data security after a hack. Now, somebody hacked into their partner's Shopify, and exposed 20,000 new Ledger customer records. So if you already had a Ledger, then you won't, your email name, postal address and phone numbers are secure. But it's for the most recent 20,000 new members, new users of Ledger. Ledger is a dongle where you store, it's a hot wallet, what they call a hot wallet, where you store your cryptocurrency very safely on the device. And so I'm going to give you an alternative as well to that. Now, we were watching Ethereum as well. Ethereum still has not breached its all-time high yet. It's not hit. I mean, it officially has, but as we can see in the chart, it definitely hasn't. You know, we need to see it reach beyond this $1,400 mark, and it's currently, it did sort of reach around there, but it didn't really smash it. And we know that we're looking for it to hit this $1,600 mark before we can say, yay, you know, it's time for a little pushback. You can see here with the candlestick that the price is actually on a bull trend, is still on a bull trend, and it will more than likely hit that $1,600 level, because if we look at Bitcoin, Ethereum is around about here, you know, and so we want it to go up to the next level, okay, on the Fibonacci retracement, and that's what we're looking at. We don't know how long it's going to take. It could be this year, could be next year, who knows? It all depends on what goes on in the world of cryptocurrency. And so on that note, that's today's, you know, new Crypto Celine's newsflash on the lockdown Sunday with London Crypto Network. We're going to go into the presentation now. If you're watching the recording, do join this webinar every Sunday at 7 o'clock p.m.